This is Nevada, frontier country. To it come a man and a boat looking to conquer a different frontier, the one some people call the water barrier. About a half mile above sea level is a man-made lake where the man comes with a boat powered by a jet, like that which drives modern fighter planes into battle. The man is Donald Campbell, Englishman, 35 years old. The name of the boat is Bluebird, the same name Campbell's father, Sir Malcolm Campbell, had used for the car he built and which he drove faster than any human had yet moved along the surface of the land. That was 20 years ago in Utah, not far from here. The father also set a speed record for boats. It stood for 11 years. And now the son, Donald, seeks to travel faster on water than any man before him. He already has, but not fast enough. Not for him. He wants to drive a motorboat well over 200 miles an hour through the water barrier. No man has ever driven a boat that fast and lived. Donald Campbell is an engineer and he designs boats. His friend John Cobb broke his father's land speed record after his father died. On September 29, 1952, Cobb drove a boat called Crusader over 200 miles an hour, but the boat disintegrated and Cobb was killed. And now Campbell has come to Lake Mead with a boat like John Cobb's boat to break through the water barrier if he can, and live if he can. Leo Villa, mechanic, worked with the father on cars. He now works with the son on boats. The fuel engineer's first problem, to adapt the boat. They learned early that Lake Mead is too high for the boat as they brought it. Up here, the thin air can't be sucked in fast enough to keep the great jet engine pushing the way it should. They design new air scoops and try again. It takes days. It always takes days. But the navies of the United States and Britain are watching. This may be the PT boat of tomorrow, the fast and deadly little vessel which ducks in under the guns of enemy destroyers and shows up as no more than a high wave on an enemy radar screen. The Bluebird could be that boat if it lives through the water barrier. Campbell tries again. It doesn't work. Something has gone wrong. The engine stops. The Bluebird wallows in the water, fat and helpless. The official timer gets set for another try. The jet is fired up and the great blue boat makes a run for the record. But once again, trouble. Sheets of spray, a dead engine. It's the air intake system again. It sucks in enough air now, but too much water. The water douses the flame, which is the heart of a jet engine. A man thinks of many things at a time like this. He thinks of other men at home leading normal lives. He thinks of his father, the greatest automobile driver in history. He thinks of his friend, John Cobb, who died on a lake like this in Scotland. He wonders why he must go faster than anyone else. But some men are born to stay at home, while others are born to pierce frontiers and break through barriers. And then when he's through thinking, he gets back to work. The Bluebird still needs more changes. The next try is at twilight. The lake is like a sheet of glass, and it's cool now and very, very still. The very barrenness of the hills is reassuring. It means no submerged logs like the ones which fouled the boat in an English lake a year ago. The firing jet is like a candle in the semi-darkness. That point of orange light is almost all the crowd can see as the Bluebird taxis out to make her run. This time, everything is perfect. She gets up to speed enough and more to lift any plane into the air. She's all but airborne, all but the two runners which skitter over the still surface of Lake Mead. But it's too dark by now to make the return run. Everything is fine for a try tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning dawns windy. Once again, it's not to be. Man can make a boat and the perfect lake to run it on, but the weather is outside his field. The wind chops up the surface of Lake Mead from Hoover Dam all the way back to the Utah border. The man is ready, the boat is ready, but the lake is not ready. Not yet. Finally, the perfect day. Still air and calm water. The National Park Service orders Lake Mead barred to all boats but the Bluebird, and the crowd on the hillside knows that this is it. The Bluebird's aluminum skin shines like patent leather. An Air Force weatherman reads winds for a weather forecast. And Donald Campbell checks the navigation charts once again. The Navy helps with communications. Donald Campbell will try again. The long day has come to this, a new day. The old who watch are like the young today. Neither has seen anything like this before. Never has there been anything like this before. To the son of Sir Malcolm, to the friend of John Cobb, this is the moment at the end of years, the moment of question. Will the boat pass through that imaginary line no man has yet passed? Or will she start to vibrate, to twang like the string of an untuned guitar, and shake herself into bits of floating wreckage? The Bluebird starts her run. All has been done that could be done. All the devising and designing, all the checking and the testing, all the hours and the days. Now there is only the man and the boat and the challenge. Along the shore and on the water, they are ready for the run for the record by a boat designed to take twice the stresses a jet fighter plane must endure, because this is not air, this is water. And water at these hurtling speeds is hard as steel. The boat is designed to withstand the impact, but there have been no changes in the design of the man. As the Bluebird accelerates into the measured mile, they both must take the same force, and to each other, they are committed. There it is, on the first run up to 250 miles an hour and better for the amazing average of 239.6. The boat is intact and running well, but the return run is still to come. The stopwatches and timing devices all check. It's a new record for speed on the water. The clocks are reset. The job is half done. Campbell sets his throttle for the return run. He is already the first man to come through the water barrier alive, but he has to do it twice. The lake surface has turned rough again, and Campbell has to take it a little slower the second time. Still, he gets her up over 200 an hour. The Bluebird, up on her pontoons, looks almost like a car on a speedway as she streaks back home. What he has done is enough and beyond. He comes back to the pier with history in his pocket. His average over the two runs is 216.2 miles an hour. At times, he actually hit 250. To do it, he had to design a boat tougher than a plane, a boat to hit water which had suddenly become hard as a wall. His father was the first man to do better than 200 miles on land and live. The son is the first to do it on water and live. It's harder on the water.